The iPhone 8 Plus has been a great phone to me, but I have a few major gripes, and it kind of comes down to the ergonomics and usability of such a huge phone. I mean, this thing is really, really large. It's also the heaviest iPhone you can currently buy. It's Tuesday, September 11th, 2018. On the eve of Apple's September 12th, 2018 announcement event where we think we're probably going to get some new iPhones. Now, I never buy the latest iPhone. Well, that wasn't until last year when I bought the iPhone 8 Plus. It had all of the features I kind of wanted. Wireless charging wasn't really on my radar, and I still haven't used it to the full extent yet. I really appreciated the True Tone display. I've never had any usability issues with the iPhone 8 Plus. It's always been super fast. The premium fit and finish of the iPhone 8 Plus was really what drew me to it in the first place. I really like the look of the glass back. I'm more of a late product adopter anyway, so I like the idea of having the best iteration of the iPhone 6 body rather than having the first of the new generation of phones, the iPhone 10. I'm still really attached to the home button. And the big thing with the iPhone 8 Plus is that it has this haptic home button. And oh my God, the haptic home button is sweet. It feels so cool. It's like really futuristic almost. And if you've never used an iPhone 7 or newer with that style of home button, really, you should try it. But let's get down to the 3 reasons why I am giving up on the plus size iPhone. Starting with number 1, which is, ironically, speed. I have said, of course, I've never had issues with this phone, and it's got an amazing processor. It is so lightning fast, but I'm not talking about performance speed. What I'm talking about is use speed. I just got back from a week-and-a-half trip out east to Toronto and Montreal, just a casual trip to take some time off from working. And while I was there, I had the iPhone 8 Plus with me. Carrying it around, I always felt like I needed a man purse because this phone is huge. When I talk about speed, it's the speed at which you can pull it out of your pocket and take a quick photograph, or send a quick text message, or pick up that phone call that's coming in. All of these things are a bit slower when you're using a big phone. And also when it comes to speed, using the iPhone UI with the Plus is a bit different because take a look at this. When I try and hit the back button, say if I'm in a text conversation, I'm reaching from all the way in the bottom right-hand corner up into the top left-hand corner. This is an issue that I don't see how anyone is going to be able to deal with this on the rumored new iPhone XS Plus or whatever they're going to call it, because now the screen's going to reach even further into the corner. All of these issues are things that I can solve for myself by moving to the smaller phones. I have pretty big hands, so reaching into the corner with the 8 and 7 size phone is no problem. It's a lot lighter. The iPhone 8 Plus is the heaviest iPhone currently available, which is nice. It feels ultra premium, but you pay for that when you're fumbling around with it. Now, number 2, and this is really a big deal breaker for me, durability. The straw that broke the camel's glass back. Unfortunately, my iPhone cracked somehow while it was still in the case. I've never dropped it outside. I think this happened when I dropped it while I was in my bathroom. Of course, I had it in the Apple leather case. This is the one that they sell for the iPhone 8. And, you know, this case doesn't offer any protection per se, but I'd at least expect that when I use a phone or when I buy a new phone, that if I buy the case that the manufacturer sells, that it's not going to completely shatter the back, but that is exactly what happened. Apple was nice enough to replace this for me, and they didn't charge me for it, which is really nice on their part. But this being said, I'm not taking the risk of breaking that glass back again, because get a load of the price. If Apple were to have charged me full price to replace this back, it would have been $529 Canadian dollars, $399 US, which is ridiculous. Oh, that's literally the FedEx guy. So literally as I'm recording this video, FedEx shows up with my replacement. Another note on durability, these phones like to bend in weird places. Take a look at this. This is a friend of mine's iPhone 8 Plus that has seemed to get a little bit bent around the charging port. He had this in a Rhino Shield case, which is the same case that I have. And I guess with having it in his backpack, it got pushed in by something else, and now the charging port is a little bit bent. In fact, the whole bottom of the phone is bent. Because they're so long and thin, they are at risk of becoming bent quite easily. And I'm just worried about the long-term durability of these huge phones, which is why I can't commit to the big form factor any longer. My third and final reason, screen time. This has become a huge focus for me in my personal life. I thought that having a bigger phone would make it more clunky and harder to sort of use. That was my philosophy with buying the plus size iPhone. Sadly, the plus size screen is so enjoyable and so beautiful, and I've been finding that I just spend more time on my phone. And I don't want that. As we get into 2018 and 2019, I've been noticing that a lot of the networking tools that we use on our phones increasingly nudge towards entertainment. Apps like Instagram are great for sharing photos, but sadly they're riddled with advertisements and social media influencers and just a jumble of content that you don't really need all the time. So by having a smaller phone, which is what I'm going to downgrade to, something like an iPhone 7 or an iPhone 8, it's not going to be as pleasurable to be sitting on the phone all the time because it's a little bit smaller, it hurts your eyes a bit more, it's just not as easy. And making it easy to be on your phone is not something that I want to do. I want to make it more difficult for me to spend time on my phone so I can be outside, whether it's enjoying the beautiful planet that we live on or interacting with people on a personal level. And that's just a philosophy choice. So those are the reasons I'm giving up on the plus size iPhone. Do you use a plus size iPhone? What's your experience? I mean, I really love the thing, but it's just not for me. So I'm going to switch to something like an iPhone 7 or iPhone 8, and I will update you as soon as I get that. No, I will not be going to an iPhone 10 just yet. Tomorrow we will be getting some announcements of new iPhones, but it is nice to get the newest technology, but that lifestyle isn't really for me anymore, and to be honest, I don't want a flashy phone. I'm going to be traveling in the next year, and I want to keep myself as low profile as possible, so I'm just going to stick with something ultra normal. Many thanks for watching. If you like these videos, please leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe. I'm going to make more videos like this, because why not? I love talking about technology. I hope you like listening to technology. Please stay tuned. We'll see you next time. What a great video. Good job, Spencer. You really knocked it out of the park. Now you just gotta write the blog post, right? You're gonna write that blog post, right? You know, because every good video needs some text to go along with it, you know, right? Oh, I hate writing.